Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a experiment, or I'm going to talk to you about the results of an experiment that I unintentionally did over the course of August. I don't know why I started doing it. It was just probably, I have this traveler's notebook in the blue leather that I think I purchased this way back in 2021. I used this for a bit and then just, it was just sitting on my shelf because I really do not like this kind of a thing right here, which deters your book from laying flat. So I have instead, started using the traveler's notebook as kind of like, oh, just travel only stuff. But over the course of August and even in September, I started using this in a way that I really love the setup that I have right now. So, and I think I'm probably going to continue that into the new year. I wouldn't say into the new year, but I think I will continue it for the rest of 2025, and I just want to talk about it. So you may have already seen this. I usually have one insert, and I also slot the Hobonichi clear cover through the main insert of the traveler's notebook cover, so that I can keep my Hobonichi weeks, which is my planner, along with me. So this is my usual setup when I have my traveler's notebook with me. You can also, insert that clear folder file, which, if you have a weeks cover on it, you can directly insert the weeks cover into that slot. So I will link a video up in the cards and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But all that to say, I was trying something in August and I really love the way that, I feel about this system now. So I was trying to find or investigate, what kind of journaling I like to do. And that's how this whole thing started. Sometime in August, I think it was Friday, August 8th, I decided to just, use the traveler's notebook in a way that I am checking in at different times of the day, just writing just pen only, occasionally stickers here and there about what happened until then. So it's kind of like a captain's log, not necessarily a captain's log kind of journal, but at least you're checking in at different times of the day and writing what you want to write about. That's basically what it was. And I started in August. And I just started it just the day and then checking in at different times of the day. But over the course of, adding more to it, I realized I wanted to get a little bit more granular. And I started also mentioning where I was when I was putting in the entry. So 1:30 p.m. on the couch waiting for lunch or whatever. 9 or 7:58 p.m. on the couch again, this time doing something else. August 13th, 8:48 p.m. at the coffee table or whatever. So I was just trying to write down where I actually journal or how I actually journal, just so that I can start capturing things about, how I want to, basically I just wanted to figure out what kind of a journaler I was, it ended up being like an experiment, I would say. And one of the things that I noticed after doing this for a course of 1 month, I usually bring my planner with me places that I go. And this time I was carrying this book along with it. So, and I noticed that I really don't journal when I'm outside. If I'm going somewhere, maybe if I'm sitting in a coffee shop, I might journal. But if I'm going somewhere with my planner and this book, I typically don't journal. And I've also noticed that there's just 3 spots in my house where I tend to write things. It's either my office desk, the coffee table, or the couch. That's it. Like those are the only spots where I usually write stuff. Although I take this with me everywhere, like I probably take it to bed as well. But so I kind of realized that, you know, while I may take a book with me, a smaller book, like I sometimes have like a pocketbook with me, I really don't like writing in a pocketbook, because I think anything that's smaller than the size of my palm just makes my hands really, you know, I don't know, it just doesn't work. So that's basically what my experiment was. And I was just, you know, like I like this whole setup, which gives you enough freedom in a way to write what you want when you want to write it, and basically not like, you know, even ignoring like the datedness of it. So all in all, like I liked that experiment because, you know, this is kind of like a familiar size, because it's not necessarily A5, but it is the size of an A5 slim maybe, or like the traveler's notebook standard size is comparable to the height of an A5. It's not kind of like worrying on my hands, and I like that. And the other thing that I really liked doing was when I was writing in this book, I was almost exclusively using this Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen in the soft tip. And doing this kind of made me, you know, slow down a little bit, because the Tombow, like the soft brush, kind of needs a little bit of, you know, patience. Like if you just write willy-nilly, it just tends to like flow. That's how like the pen is. It's meant for calligraphy, right? So if you don't intentionally write something, it just flows off. So like you can kind of see, like if I'm not patient, it just flows off. So having the Tombow, the soft tip, really like made me slow down when I was writing in the book. Or I wouldn't say like I was like very slow. It's just like when I use my Hobonichi Weeks like this, I just like, it's just completely, you know, really fast. I use the Sakura pen. It's just super fast, and I just scribble and do whatever. So my thoughts don't catch up to my writing, if you know what I mean. And that kind of, I was trying to deter that habit when I was writing in this book, because I really wanted my thoughts to catch up to my pen, or to my writing speed. And the soft brush, like the brush pen, actually really made me slow down a little bit, so that, you know, my thoughts can actually catch up. So I really liked that kind of a combo. Like, and the cream paper, I absolutely love the cream paper, like this Midori cream paper. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I really like this setup. I don't know if I'm gonna continue this. I really liked this setup because this, you know, when I was traveling as well with this book, it really made me not want to, you know, like it really did make me want to pick it up and write stuff in. So when I was on flight, I was actually like writing things, you know, it was actually pretty good. And the other thing which kind of made me want to start this thing altogether anyway was because I have been kind of running out of space in my Hobonichi Weeks. I'm like at the 53rd page already, and it's like still the end of the year. I have till like 66 pages, so I have just like a little over 10 pages left. And I wanted to stop using the Hobonichi Weeks for journaling, because I would just write in here and it would just dump all of my thoughts, and it would just end up being a situation where I'm just writing stuff and, you know, like everything, like planning stuff, figuring out lineups for 2020, 2026, whatever. I think like I've told about, you know, like the way that I journal with my pencil boards and my sticky notes. trying to use the Hobonichi weeks makes me, I feel like I'm running out of space. So I wanted to still keep this book for the entirety of 2025. And that kind of made me say, oh, hey, I think I need to slow down or use another book for freeform journaling. So I really love this setup. One of the other things that I really like about this is this. This is very travel friendly for some reason. I have this pencil board, which is a lot more, the Traveler's Notebook pencil boards are a lot more substantial than the Hobonichi pencil boards. Like, they're really thick. They're like actual writing boards, I would say. So what I have is this pencil board, and I also have like this piece of grid paper that I have, and I've clipped them with the Penco clampy clip. And I really feel like this is really good for like writing things if you are just, taking stuff out, putting stuff in, just if you want to quickly reference something without having to like open your planner and do all of that. So I really like that. I kind of really like this setup. And, the Traveler's Blue it's a difficult one to get a really nice patina on. So it is pretty sturdy, I would say. So even after using like a full month, and a few more months, like in the previous year when I was using it, it is scratched up. Like, I really do like scratching up my I know people are gonna like hate this, but I do like scratching up my Hobonichi, my Traveler's Notebook, and they actually kind of rub out as well. But I really want this to get like a really nice, shiny, soft patina, and trying to get that on the Traveler's Blue is so difficult. I don't know what it is. This is like so sturdy, and I'm like really trying to make this really more, more smoother, more flexible. Like, you can see in some spots it is starting to be like a lot more shinier, but it is what it is. I don't mind. But yes, so I really love this. So all that to say, I've been really enjoying this. I was at I know Hobonichi, I've been enjoying watching a lot of Hobonichi hauls. I still haven't placed my order. I kind of have started thinking about it, but I'm still not very certain. But I was at Kinokuniya, Seattle, and I did see the Hobonichi lineup there. And not everything was out. All of the Tomie collection was completely wiped off. I did see a lot of Moomin. There was Tamagotchi. There was the Twilight cover. I did see both of I did see the bow and tie weeks for the in the forest one, but I did not see the horses one. The galloping horses one, I think the one, at least in the Seattle location, the weeks was not there, but the Hon was there. But the weeks only had the in the forest one. A lot of, what else did I see? Like, I did see like the Japanese planners individually. Like, I did see the Cousin, the Day Free, the A6, but they did not have any Japanese weeks. What else? Like, I was trying to actually pick film a video, but it was so crowded, and it was so like people were like really trying to purchase things, and it was just like I was just trying to be like, okay, not being in their way, because I don't want to stand there and film, and people are like, what the heck. Oh, I also saw like a lot of Yumi Kitagishi ones. So Yumi Kitagishi was there. I also saw, what was that? The Io Kumi ones, those were also there. So not a whole lot of selection. The week's mega was not there. But yeah, I actually was picking, I almost put it in my shopping cart. Like, when I was walking around, I put the Tamagotchi pencil boards in my shopping cart, the A5 and the weeks one. So the A5 was around $10.99 and the weeks was close to $8.99 or so. But after putting it into my shopping cart, I roamed around a bit and then looked at it. I was like, I really don't feel like purchasing it for some reason. It looked really good. It was like one of those things that I favorited in my, favorite video. It looked good. They had the folder set as well. But for some reason, I was like, I really don't want this. And not because I was like thinking, oh, I should be mindful of not purchasing it. No, I was like, I don't know. I was kind of done with that. For some reason, I just kept it back. I kept both of those back. And yeah. But I also did pick up something interesting at Kinokuniya, which was this free diary. So while I was there, I was actually looking for this refill, like the cream, the Midori grid. I think this is 5mm. The 5mm Midori grid cream refill is what I was looking for. Just, plain notebook. But apparently they don't have it. Like this is like the Ace Hotel. I think this is a limited edition one, which is why it's in cream color. Apparently, like there is no standard cream gridded insert like available right off the bat. Instead, they had this, which I think they call this the free diary, which is again cream paper, but what they are intending you to do is to basically use this for 2 months worth of journaling. That's what it is. And I think the only difference is they have, like the top section has the place where you can write something and, you can say what day of the week it is. But I can completely ignore that and just use it as a typical, grid insert. I'm not going to open this yet, but this is how it does look like. So this is how the layout is, and the front page has this kind of a, it's just sectioned off, like it just has 1 through 31. So the intent is like you can have close to 2 months worth of memories. So it still does have 64 pages, and it is the cream paper. So I was really glad that this was there. So I feel like this is probably a little bit more expensive, like a little, it costs a little bit more than the standard grid insert, but I really wanted the cream paper. I feel like having the cream, especially since the Hobonichi is also cream, like the Weeks is cream, it goes well together for some reason. So yeah, so I picked this one up as well. It was nice. I'm happy that this is an option that you can purchase without having to wait for like a limited edition grid cream paper at for Midori actually. So yeah, this is the other one that I purchased at Kinokuniya. Kinokuniya is like a very dangerous store for me because I really go crazy there with all of the manga, the art books, the stationery, all of it. But I was very much restrained this year. And part of the reason why I am, not somebody who likes to, who purchases a whole lot of stationery is because I spend like quite a bit for the other stuff, like the manga and the art book and stuff like that. So yeah. But yes, Kinokuniya is a very dangerous store for me. It tends to be a place where you can literally go crazy if you really want to, spend time and purchase things. But yeah, I'm really excited to, continue using this till the end of the year. I don't know if I'm going to be using this one this year, but I really like the fact that having the journaling separately from my planner, because I tend to use a lot of pages in my weeks, it just makes me happy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is all I have for you to listen to me ramble about today. Let me know what you've been doing. I've been watching endless hauls of people's Hobonichi videos or their purchases, and I still haven't decided what I'm going to be buying. I know a lot of things have gone out of stock, and that's okay, I guess. you live and you learn. But yeah, I really I did not feel the need to purchase immediately on launch day. So I still kind of stick with that right now because none of it was, extremely important or, something that I was really coveting. Even the Junji Ito one, like, it's gorgeous, yes, but was I really coveting it? No. And part of the reason I'm not coveting it is because I have an amazing, wonderful A6 with me. I will probably talk about this one in one of my videos because I don't think I've shown this to you, but yes, maybe that's for another one. Let me know if you want to see or hear about my A6 Inuyasha and what's in here. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.